Now, while I cannot actually help you figure out what you are extremely passionate about, while I cannot help you figure out the things that would fit perfectly into the things that you could do as your side hustle, while I can actually not also help you to pick the exact thing for you to focus on in order to build something tangible for yourself, just in case AI comes for your job, what I can do is to help you think of ways that you can actually start to make extra income, or better still, to help you with side hustle ideas so that you can actually think and see if this works for you or not, and consider doing them if they actually work for you. The aim of this is so that you are not left hanging in case you're affected by the AI layoffs. So in case at least there is something that you're doing on the side that is still giving you some level of income until you can bounce back. These side hustles are side hustles that you could do regardless of the country that you live in, or regardless of whether you're on sponsorship or not. These side hustles are expected to fit into any immigrant schedule, whether you have restrictions or you don't have restrictions. So don't be put off by anything I'm about to say. It covers you whether you're in the UK, Canada, US. These side hustles can be picked up by any single person. Now, the first side hustle on my list is you getting a healthcare assistant role or a support worker role. Hear me out. In as much as, yes, you are in AI, to be honest, it wouldn't really hurt to spend your weekends or free time getting extra income through healthcare. Now, with what I understand, even if AI is coming for healthcare, it will take a while before AI really changes the whole scene for healthcare professionals. And this means that healthcare professionals would always be in job. It means that healthcare would always be in demand. So why don't you have a slice of the pie by working part-time? The good thing about healthcare assistant roles or support worker roles is that they are often on a shift basis, and they run Mondays to Sundays. So even if you don't have time to work Mondays to Fridays, you can actually spend your weekend doing some shifts to get extra income. What this does for you is that, God forbid, you lose your job, at least there is a second source of income, which is this healthcare roles or support worker roles. And you can actually request for extra shifts and do this while you're actually looking for your next job. This is beyond you thinking of healthcare roles or support worker roles as demeaning or low-skilled jobs or anything like that. No, this is more or less like thinking of it as an extra source of income and as a way to protect yourself just in case. So if you don't have that as a side hustle or as an extra means of income, I think you should actually consider getting a support role or a healthcare assistant role. Now, I know a lot of people are put off by things like personal care and all of that, but there are actually branches of healthcare roles that do not require personal care. If that is not something that you're interested in doing, you could lean more into branches like learning disability, mental health. There are a lot of areas that actually do not require personal care, but this is one area I would say do not sleep on. Healthcare is here to stay, and it's going to take a while before they are going to be replaced by AI. So in that case, do well to pivot into it just as a side hustle, just in case at least there is something that is still giving you money. Even if you're in UK and you're on sponsorship, I know sponsorship comes with a restriction, but I also know that even if you have sponsorship, you can still work for an extra 20 hours. You can actually use those 20 hours to work as a healthcare professional or a support worker. Think about it. The second on my list is Uber driver. As long as you're mobile, you have a car, I don't think it should be a hassle you getting on that train. Now, like I said, this is something that you can use for extra income. Now, the reason why Uber driver or Uber delivery fits into your schedule is it depends on who needs a ride at the time. So this can actually fit perfectly well into your 9 to 5 actually. Probably after work, you could do some shifts. You could do it over the weekend. It depends on your availability, and it works perfectly fine. So basically all you have to do right now is to go and get registered, get on the app, get into the program so that you can actually start doing this on the side. Now, if you, God forbid, lose your job, at least you can keep doing this until you're able to bounce back. Like I said, regardless of where you live, regardless of where you are, you can actually jump on the Uber train. This is just a way of protecting yourself so that there is still a source of income until you're able to get the job that you truly want for yourself. The third on my list would be cooking or selling traditional foods. Now, I'm not saying you should open a restaurant, or I'm not even saying you should have an African shop. No, I'm saying cooking or selling traditional food. This is something you can do from the comfort of your home. And The good thing about this one is that word of mouth goes a long way in the migrant community. Like if I know someone that cooks really good jollof rice and I patronize the person and I tell somebody else and the person uses that person and loves the jollof rice, they can tell somebody else, and in no time you'd realize that everyone already knows that you cook jollof rice. This is something you can do in your free time. Even though you work 9 to 5, over the weekend you can spend time cooking and selling this for extra money. That way you're not actually violating any law. So if you're under sponsorship, you're not violating any law because you're basically going to be within your 20 hours. The only extra hassle that would be here would be you going into the market to get the foodstuffs that you need to be able to cook the food that you want. But this is something that if you have some time on your hands and you have the talent for it, emphasis on the talent, like you can actually cook, I think you should consider monetizing it. Right now, I believe that the things that your hands can do would go a long way to actually give you money more than your 9 to 5. So look into this if you have that passion for cooking, or if you have that ability to cook, or you have the talent. Finally, the fifth side hustle that you can do is content creation. So I'm going to put this in a bracket. So we have content creation, we have affiliate marketing, and we have digital product. Now, the reason I put this together is for you to actually get into things like affiliate marketing or even selling a digital product, you need to have a level of online presence. And to be able to have an online presence, it means that you should be able to create content. Guys, don't sleep on this. This is something you can do on a passive level and it can fit perfectly into your 9 to 5 schedule. The reward is limited when it comes to content creation, but I think that the idea is very limitless. Like you can go really far when it comes to content creation. And if you're consistent with it, you never really know the content that you put out there that will do amazingly well for you. Right now, even me, I'm waiting for my own big break. It could even be this video. You never know, right? So content creation is one that I would say you shouldn't sleep on. Honestly, you don't even need a camera. All my videos are being shot on my phone and edited on my laptop. You don't need anything crazy. You need a mic, you need a phone, and you need a tripod, and that's it. If you have anything you would like to share your experiences, any knowledge you have, you'll be surprised at the things that you know. Not a lot of people know it. Now, like I said, the reward might not be immediate, but the reward is actually great when you get there. So it's something you can do on a passive level. God forbid you're affected by this whole AI shift. At least you are covered once your content creation gets to that point. I put this at the last because, like I said, the reward is not immediate, but it's something that I will encourage everyone to go into. The reward is good at the end of the day. And now I would like to give a disclaimer. While this is a way of getting extra income, I would still encourage you to think about the things that you are very much passionate about and chase those things. I honestly don't support following the crowd and doing what everybody else is doing. Now, like I said, this is meant to be a safety financial cushion for you. God forbid anything happens to your job. At least there is something bringing money. However, these things that I've mentioned might not be things that you are passionate about. They might not be things that you might be interested in. Please figure out the things that you are interested in. Please figure out the things that you're passionate about and chase those things, because those are the things that would give you satisfaction, that will give you happiness. And even if they get tough, at least you know that it is what you want and you can still find a way to draw strength to keep pushing and trying to achieve the things that you want. In this video, I actually talked about why I think it's a great idea for you to consider getting a side hustle right now. And I encourage you to watch it, as this would maybe help to do further convincing as to why you need a side hustle right now in this very changing AI world. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.